This is Queen Mother Speaks every Wednesday, every week, live at 5 p.m. Thank you for tuning in. Welcome to Wonderful Wednesday with our new season and our new theme, which is the only impossible journey is the one you never take. Stay aligned with your New Year's resolutions and pay attention to wisdom words from our wise sage. And yes, we're going to be hearing from some of our sages today. This is our second quarter 2023 reminder to you that we're the ones that we've been waiting for, and you bring into focus that thought and that which you want. So life works if you work it. We want to invite you to hit that like, comment, and share button and let others know about the Queen Mother Speak show. I'd like to acknowledge and give a thank you shout out to Nana Efua Edezawa, our co-host. Nana is on leave at this time. She is a new grandmother and she's taking care of her babies. Nana, enjoy yourself. At the same time, we like to say hello to another co-host, Rakaya. She may be joining us in studio today. We will see. She is a traveler this week, so maybe we'll see her in studio. Let me give a shout out to some of our social media followers. We have Valerie Jordan, Mink Stavinga, Dorothy Chris, Anana Pilau, Afuma Okuwu, Lachey Primu, Anita Dean, Otanchi Vince, Robert Daniels, Eunice, and King Fahad. Okay, our co-host has not come into the studio just yet, so we're going to show you who's in studio today. All right, here's our guest in studio today, and each one of them is going to give you their name. They're going to state where they're from and tell you a little bit about what they do and a shout out. Please go ahead. Mary, may we start with you? Mary, will you say
Yes,
hello to
please.
the studio audience?
Oh, good afternoon, good evening,
Go right ahead.
everyone. My name is Mary Hakasa. I live in Nairobi and I work with the British High Commission in Nairobi as well. And a shout out to my family members wherever they are,
Okay.
and my friends too.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mary. Lady Mo?
I am the sister
Lady
of,
Mo?
hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I am the sister of Queen Mother and
Yes.
so grateful to be her sister. I am Edna Munifa Willikis King, and I am a designer. I love creating, and for the last several months, I've been busy creating from my floral art collection with real pressed live flowers. And I'll be happy to share it with you in a moment. By the way, I'm in Decatur, Georgia.
Okay. Albert?
Hello, everyone.
Albert?
My name is Albert Muinde. I'm from Nairobi, Kenya. I'm in the ICT industry, and we have a solution for you in whatever kind of a business that you're running. I will be back shortly with more on that. A shout out to my family, my wife, my friends, my business partner, and all the team at Altea. Uh, yes, thank you.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Albert. Ladies and gentlemen, that's just a little taste of what's in the studio for you today. I invite you to get relaxed and ready for this awesome show. Hit that like, share, comment button. And if this is your first time tuning in to Queen Mother Speaks, we thank you because we realize that you could be doing a lot of different things, but you chose to be with us. And for that, we are very grateful. We want you to know that we have very unique men and women and young people who come on the show to show us their talents, their innovations, and what they're up to. And we find that people are up to a lot of things today. So you can go to our page, tell us who you are, where you're from, and the guests you would like to see on the show. All you have to do is send their name and their contact information to Queen Mother Speaks at gmail.com. Queen Mother Speaks at gmail.com. You can also send it to facebook.com/Arthur Teresa R. Kemp, and either one of us can receive it. Let me go with some more shout outs to our faithful fans. We have Ambimbola, Tina Jones, Ernestine, Marie Powell, Carmen and Michelle from Florida. Hello to Solo and Geneva, Kathy King, Rosemary Johnson, and Marilyn Lewis. Now, from the West Coast, USA, want to say thank you to all of our fans who do have to get up mighty early in the morning to see the Queen Mother Speak show. So thank you for your early rising. I'd like to thank Simkia, tuning in from Hawaii. She just had her 75th birthday in the month of March. Thank you, Simkia. Ernestine Mpingo, Councilman Farrell, Red, Adisa, and Kwashi, tuning in from Los Angeles. We have Tashmia, Nyla, Hakika, and Samantha, who tunes into the show from San Francisco. Who's rocking it in your world? Tell me. Tell me who's rocking it in your world. So send us the names of those people so they too can be guests on the show. This is Queen Mother Speaks. We want to invite you to continue to wash your hands. We want to continue to remind you to keep safe. Okay. And you don't need the government to tell you to do that. You can do that for yourself. Why? Because you should. And because also it makes sense. Queen Mother Speaks is a safe space for inspiration and information and expression. Thank you again for tuning in. Bonga Dada Bonga. Bonga Dada Bonga. Now, that is a new platform that you can tune into every Thursday at 7 p.m. East Africa time, 12 noon New York time. We'd like to say thank you to the Honorable Margaret Tolley, tuning in from Nairobi, Shreya, Rose Umwara, Anju, Jay, Maurice Obuyu, and Estelle, all some of our fans tuning in from Nairobi, Kenya. So now, what is this thing that we call Queen Mother Speaks? What is it actually? It's really a community platform. A community platform, and we do conversations and commentary on issues that matter. We like to give you awareness. We like to inform you, inspire you, ignite you, enlighten you, involve you. We give you words of wisdom from our elders, and we have warm, witty dialogue with our guests, as we're going to be doing today. And before it's all over, we give you an inspirational verse every week. All right. So now, from the Art of Living Institute, we had an online breathing session a few years ago. And that online breathing session was so instrumental to me until I decided to include breathing into the Queen Mother Speak show. Every week, we take out time to do a few breathing exercises because we realize that it not only lowers your blood pressure, it can also help you to reduce stress. So, right now, we're going to do a few breathing exercises, and we like for each person in the studio, as well as each of you tuning in, to do the same with us. And the way we do this is we're going to breathe in through our nose to the count of six. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold to the count of six. And then you exhale through your mouth to the count of 10. So it's inhale, six, hold, six, exhale, 10, very slowly through the mouth. Are you ready? Okay, let's do it. Breathing in through the nose. Let's go. Oh, release. Okay, let's try that again and really put yourself into it as you're breathing in, holding, and then releasing through the mouth. Ready? Let's go. Okay, and thank you for that. And one of the things again that we notice and that we know is that breathing exercises, again, as we've stated, reduces the blood pressure, but also it slows the heart and releases any tension that may be held in your abdomen. These physical changes also helps to benefit your mental state. So if you ever find yourself in a situation that all of a sudden starts to feel explosive, take time to breathe. Take time to breathe. Take time to breathe. All right, thank you. In this moment, our co host has not arrived, so I'm going to go ahead and go into our meditation reading for today. And as I read the meditation, I want you to listen with your heart. All right, very well. So now our title of the meditation for today is I am who I am. I am who I am. I am who I am. To protect ourselves, we often hide our true feelings. Have you ever done that? I have. We wear a mask to cover our seeming vulnerability. Our authenticity is not a weakness, but it's a strength. So when we open ourselves up to emotionalism, that does not render us powerless. Instead, it makes us more transparent. It makes us more ego-less, more loving, more powerful, and more able to evolve spiritually. We are powerful beings. I'm going to say that again. We are powerful beings, beings. Our self awareness increases our light vibration frequency, so we shine on those who encounter us in our community and in our world. When we embrace this knowledge of who we are, we cannot be offended. We cannot be offended. No one can diminish our feelings. Nothing can take away our joy. I am who I am. I am powerful. I am awakened by and with the light within me and the love of God in me. I am peaceful. I am joyful. I know who I am. I am the best me possible. Thank you, power in me, as me, through me, around me, through the Christ within. And so it is. Thank you. Our scripture for today is be strong in our Lord and in the power of his might. That comes from Ephesians 6:10. And our meditation reading for today is from a little booklet called Daily Thoughts from the Hill, which is produced by Hillside International Chapel and Truth Center, USA, Atlanta, Georgia. All right, let's give a few more fan mentions to Sarah and the girls who are tuning in out of Dubai. Have you been there? It's a beautiful place. Shopping galore. Also, we thank Dr. Willie Butler from Louisiana, Professor Al Gaskins from Ohio, Brother Chess and Lila tuning in from New York City. All right. Hey, I'm going to remind you again to hit that like, share, comment button for Queen Mother Speaks and invite your friends to come in and be a part of us doing this show. Okay, I want to take a moment out right now to appreciate our guest who was on the show last month. That would be Miss Lydia with the BP Suma Health Supplements, MC Tony, who got married. Congratulations on being a newlywed, Tony, to you and your bride. Miss Doris Nyaga with Pace Schools, Master Cosmetologist Alicia Garman. We had Miss Chantel D. Smith of Panama City and Myra Bradley tuning in from Texas. Those were our guests last month on the Queen Mother Speak show. And we also had Mary with Nature's Way Supplements. And Mary is with us again today. And she has a surprise for us. I won't spill the beans. We'll just do it. So now, as we're at the beginning of a brand new month, the month of May, If you were born in this month, then your zodiac sign will either be Taurus, which is May 1 through 20th, or Gemini, May 21st to the 31st. People born under Taurus are an earth sign. They're known to be intelligent, dependable, and stubborn. Of course, we know people who are not born under that sign who's also stubborn, but that's what we find out about the Taurus people. Okay. They are known to be whimsical, talkative, and very adaptable type of people. Some fun facts about the month of May is there's a big grand horse race that happens every year in the month of May. It's known as the Kentucky Derby. Okay, and it's one of the oldest horse races in the entire world. And it's been running since 1870, since the year 1870. That's a long time. Also, an event that happens in the month of May is called Cinco de Mayo. While many of us associate Cinco de Mayo with margaritas and partying, the real origin of this yearly celebration came in the year 1862 when the Mexican victory over the French during the Second Franco American War. Isn't that something? I'm sorry, Franco Mexican War. And that took place on the 5th of May, and we now get the holiday called Cinco de Mayo. One more interesting fact about May is that Americans spend over $600 million every year on beer, on beer during Cinco de Mayo. So that's more beer than we drink at Super Bowl or more beer than we drink at St. Patrick's Day. What is the month of May really about? Well, the name May originated from the Latin word Maias, and Maias was named after the Greek goddess of growth, Maia. So it's no surprise that May is the most common month for gardeners to start planting seeds in their flower beds and gardening. And I too have planted my seedlings. A seed is one thing, a seedling is a small growth that you can now plant. And I've already done my planting. In fact, over the weekend, this past weekend, I did my planting because we're in the rainy season and we're in the month of May, and that's the best time to put in your seedlings. And then who knows? In 6 to 8 to 10 weeks, you're going to have something. I'll let you know what comes up in my garden. Also, the birthstone for May is a beautiful, vibrant, deep green emerald. I was looking for a deep green emerald to show you because they're just so beautiful. They're just so beautiful. We didn't find one. We'll see what we can do for next week. All right, just a little bit. Again, our co-host Rakaya has not come in, so I will do the section on about Mother's Day. What is Mother's Day all about? Well, it is an occasion which is celebrated in various parts of the world to give respect, to give honor and love towards mothers. Okay, the day is an event to honor the contribution of mothers worldwide, and we acknowledge the efforts of our maternal bonds and the role of mothers and mother figures. You know, in some cases, the mother figure in the family may be a relative, it may be a neighbor, it may be a friend, but whoever they are, they wound up being the mother figures in your life. All right. So the official Mother's Day holiday arose in 1900 as a result of the efforts of a lady by the name of Anna Jarvis. Anna was the daughter of a lady, Anne Reeves Jarvis. And what happened is when her mother died in 1905, Anna conceived the notion of us having a thing called Mother's Day. So following her mother's death, we've now been having this thing that we call Mother's Day every single year. And it is a way of honoring again the sacrifices that our mothers have made for their children. What does the Bible tell us about Mother's Day? Well, the Bible says, honor your father and mother so that the days that you may have on the earth for you may be long. That's Leviticus 19:3. It also says, every one of you shall revere your mother and your father. So my mother, as many of your mothers did, made many endless sacrifices for us wherever we may be. So we just want to take time out this month. We're and And every week we want to have mothers on the show telling you who they are and bringing you words of wisdom. Some of them may have already passed on, so we say, may they rest in peace. But this is Mother's Day month, and we're going to be appreciating and celebrating and giving tributes to our mothers everywhere. So, one of the things I like to say about our mothers, we are born of love. Love is our mother. When you look into your mother's eyes, you know that she is the purest love that you can find on the earth. A mother is one who can take the place of all others, but no one can take the place of a mother. Life doesn't come with a manual, life comes with a mother. And once again, we're going to be featuring our mothers. But before we go there, we have a young man in the studio today that we want to tell you about. His name is Albert. Albert is the managing director of the Altar Retro Limited. What I can tell you about this young man, Albert, is when I read his bio, it really got my blood boiling in a sweet way when I heard about what he's done. All right. So, what we learn about Albert is that he's from a very remote village in Kitui County, from a dysfunctional family, and educated by a good Samaritan. Somebody came along to help this young man. So, he made his way to Kenyatta University, and it was his first time coming to Nairobi, Kenya. Kitui is a suburb, a smaller city outside of Nairobi. He began a small business while he was at the university. He started a movie shop showing movies that they call Summer. After that, he worked in the banking industry with the ICT company, and that's where he learned everything about ICT and ICT systems. He actually began an ICT software development company some years ago, but he and his partner had a disagreement. So he decided to let that go. He waited about 5 years or so, and he started again. He started up again. And he says, this is his direct quote, all I can say to you is that it's possible. It's possible to have a business partner, to have a disagreement and start over, because he did. The key area of focus inside of the business is finance and operations, human resources, payroll, procurement, stores and warehouse management, document management systems, and they're just doing a whole lot inside of that company with Albert. I'm going to bring him on so he can greet you again and tell us a little bit, Albert, about yourself, and then tell us a little bit about the business. For example, tell us a little bit about your family. You know, are you the only child or what?
Thank you
Unmute. There
very
we go.
much.
Go ahead.
Thank you very much, Queen Mother. Thank you, everyone listening in.
Yes.
Yes, I think, as Queen Mother said, my name is Albert Muinde, from a small village in Kitui. We as my mother had 12 of us. The fourth last, from the last born, I'm the fourth one. Yes, so that is who I am. I'm married to one wife. No kids yet. Yes, so that is who Albert Muinde is. Yeah. So yes.
All right. What is the cutting edge software? What is cutting edge software?
Now, what we do at Altea Retro is that we are partners with Microsoft. So we develop systems, ERPs, that is enterprise resource planning softwares, that automate the business processes in all industries. Talk of NGOs, talk of SACCOs, that is financial sector, talk of health sector. In any sector, we are able to customize the Microsoft systems to fit our local market and our local market needs. Besides that, we do web development, that is to develop websites, e-commerce platforms, talk of things like communications, that is through SMS. So we do bulk SMS and many more. We also do point of sales for small companies or small businesses where the owners would want to actually monitor what is happening in their organization, cover sales, cover stock management, and all that. So ideally, we have a solution for every business in every industry, ranging from the big companies where you would want to monitor your finance and operations, meaning how do you capture, your transactions? How do you do your human resource management? That includes payroll. That includes, of course, the human management, whereby you'll have to create your staff. You're able to manage them, case management, training, self-service portals, and the like. If you go into procurement, how do you capture the purchases that you do? How do you do your pre-qualifications? How do you request for quotations? How do you handle, contract and service level agreements? And how do you, receive goods? How do you sell goods out? So that area also is captured. Talk of customer relationship management. How do you monitor your salespeople? How do you manage the contacts that you collect in the market? How do you follow up these contacts until they become a client? And then how do you manage them when it comes to case management or support? When they call in, do you ask them, who are you? Where are you calling from? Or are you able to see who they are and where they are calling from? And of course, have their information at your fingertips for you to answer or support them better. So those are the kind of things that we are doing, Queen Mother.
So, all right, tell me, you spoke about the bulk SMS. Tell me how the bulk SMS will help a small business.
Communication is very key in this age.
Did you hear the question, Albert?
Yes, I did, Queen Mother.
How will bulk SMS help a small business? Yeah.
Yes. So we will bulk SMS helps everybody, big and small. So for small clients or small businesses, you need to appreciate your customers. For example, a barber shop, you will need to do things like thanking them for being a loyal customer. So what you do is when you're interacting your customers, you create a small database of contacts, and once in a while, or when they are visited, you're able to customize a message and send to all your customers at once. By so doing, the customers would feel, of course, appreciated, and you'll create more loyalty to your brand. Secondly, you also have, if you have a point of sale and someone is paying for a commodity, maybe using M-Pesa, and then they need to know whether you've received that cash. Instead of calling, asking, have you seen the money that I've paid? The system automatically sends these particular clients a receipt or an acknowledgement receipt that we have received your payment of this particular amount of money. So by so doing, you're able to, to communicate to your clients that you've received your payment, or we appreciate you on this Mother's Day, or we appreciate you on this Labor Day, and the like. And by so doing, you're able to create loyalty to your brand. Of course, repeat clients is a dream of every business.
Well, very good, Albert. Thank you. Thank you for that. We'll come back to you a little later on in the show. We'll see Sam getting some questions in the chat room. So we'll come back to you. We got to go to another guest for now, but we'll be back with you before we end the show today. Ladies and gentlemen, right now, I want to take you over to Mary. You might remember meeting her a few weeks ago, but she was here with us telling us about the Nature's Way products. But today, she's here to share with us something very different and very special. Mary's mother is still alive. So she is bringing us a Mother's Day greeting from her mother. But just a little bit about her. The mother was born in Makimo Village, Bugoma County in the year 1930. Mama ROBAI, 93 years old. And what I want to say to her right now is happy Mother's Day. Mary, come on in here and tell us a little bit about Mom.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much
Mary?
for having me on this. Thank you very much, Queen Mother. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we hear you just fine.
Okay, fine. So yeah, thank you very much for having me.
Yes, we hear you fine.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for having me again on the show. This time around, I'm just giving a tribute to my mother, who is 93 years old, and I thank God for that. My mother is a very special person to me and my family. That is my 8 siblings. We are a family of 8, and I am the 7th born in that family. And my mother is actually, she's herself not educated. She wasn't educated because she was born in a family where they were just farmers, peasant farmers back then. But then she worked really hard to make sure that she educated all of us. And at the moment in the village, she's known as the educator, the education crusader. She's a renowned counselor. She's a loving mother and a loving grandmother. So I just thank God for her, and I give this tribute to her during this special month of May. Yes.
Yes. And something that I found out, I did a little research on Bugoma County, and what I found out is that Bugoma County is known as a trading center in the early 20th century, and is located in some of the most fertile land that you can find in Kenya in the western region, and it's at the foot of the Mount Elgin, which is Kenya's second tallest mountain. Okay.
Yes.
And in that area, they do a lot of farming. And tell us about Mama's farming.
Yeah, okay, so you're right, Queen Mother. Bungoma County is a county, we are actually known as the food basket of Kenya because we do a lot of farming. So my mother took advantage of that on her huge piece of land to till her land and sell her harvest, which was mostly maize then, to educate us all. So yeah, it is indeed a food basket. Yeah.
Very well. And I'm learning that a majority of the residents of Bungoma County belong to the Bukusu nationality group. And they're very friendly. They're farmers. They lived in the area for a long time, for hundreds of years in there.
Yes.
And they live a few miles north of the equator on the East African Plateau. That may not sound like much to you, but what that means is that they get a very good annual rainfall.
Yes.
Okay, over in that area. And some of the items that they produce is maize, sunflowers, sugarcane, coffee, tobacco, potatoes, beans, cotton, and the main crop there is,
Yes.
of course, the cotton. And then they do some livestock production as well. So tell me, did
Yes.
you go farming with mom when she went to the maize crops as you were growing up, Mary?
Sorry, come again.
Did you ever go farming with mom when she
Oh,
went out?
yeah.
Did you ever go
Yes.
farming with mom when
Yes.
she went out to her maize crops? Tell us a little bit about
Yes.
that.
Yes. We had to join her, I mean, on the farm. We would wake up very early. She would wake us up early in the morning for us to go till the land with her. And then because she didn't have much money to pay other people to do the farming. So we helped her on the farm, tilled the land, and during the harvest time, we would help in harvesting. Then it would be shipped to Webuye, which is just around the corner to our place, to the cereals board, where she would sell the maize to now pay for our school fees. So yes, we helped on the farm all the time. Even when we came from school, you keep your books aside and you go to the farm. Yeah.
Okay. And mom, in fact, was a lot of what mom did was maize farming. I understand.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Very
Yes.
good. Very good. Well, thank you for that, and thank you for sharing with us. We made up a very beautiful flyer of Mary's mom, and I hope, Mary, that you'll get a chance to take that flyer and blow it up a little bit and present it over to mom.
Yes, I will. I will. I will,
Yes,
for sure.
yes, she might like that.
Yes.
Okay, very well, very well. So now I think that Rakaya has come into the studio. Let's see if she wants to say hello. I'm looking, I don't see her, but oh, there she is. She's coming in to greet us now.
Good
Rakaya?
morning, good morning, good evening. How is everybody doing?
Excellent.
Good.
What about you?
And how
Oh,
are you today?
I'm coming back. I'm coming back. I'm back.
Good for you. Good to see you.
Oh my, good to see you. So we're gonna go right now to our next guest, and let's see how someone else is in studio. Let's see if we can get them to say hello. Let's see, is she there? All right, looks like she stepped out of the studio, but Kezia, which is also with Albert's firm, has come in to say hello, but looks like she stepped out. So right now we're just going to get ready to go to our very next guest and talk about what else is happening. All right. So also in the studio with us today, as we've stated earlier, is a lady by the name of Lady Mo. I have the honor of having Lady Mo to be my sister. We grew up together, and when we were little girls, our mom and dad they would dress us just alike. So people always thought that we were twins growing up, but we were not twins. I was the baby. I am the baby, and she's what we call the knee baby. So I would be sitting directly in Mama's lap, and she'd be sitting close to Mama's knees. But she would hold both of us in her lap. Lady Mo, welcome to the Queen Mother Speak Show.
Good
Thank you for being
morning,
here
Queen
today.
Mother, and to all your distinguished guests. I want you to know that it's an honor and a great pleasure for me to be here this morning. And thank you so much for this initiative.
Yes,
Everyone who I talked to about it
yes,
find it amazing. Good for you.
yes, yes. So tell us a little bit about Miss G.
Miss G is the one person whom I accredit my creative talents next to my father. Reverend Floyd King, the late. And when I was a little girl, Christmas born, by the way, I always wanted to create stuff with my hands. And my mom, our mom, used to tell me, oh, you're so creative. And as I grew older, I found that I absolutely love the world of design. And so at this particular point in my life, I am working with pressed flowers. I've done it before about 10, 15 years ago. And now I've gotten back into it. And for Mother's Day, I have actually taken rolls of, flower petals, treated them, and made exquisite designs, preserved it, and then sent them all with essential oils. Now, for Mother's Day, I have here on the table a collection of various things, because you see, when that creative spirit hits you, you can't stop, or at least I can't. So a lot of creations I be doing 3 in the morning, 8 in the morning, and so forth. I have here in my hand a few examples of little wood carvings that I purchased and overlaid them with various flowers. This, for example, is the annuals, which you get as a wild garden flower. This is a dogwood flower petal. These two are roses. Then what I do is take them, treat them and preserve them, then I scent them. Now, although this is a scented item, it's actually a room refresher meant for home decor. It'll just sit somewhere on your wall or on the table or whatever. And when that fragrance leaves, you just simply buy yourself a bottle of essential oil and just, revamp it. So this is a keepsake ornament, if you will, which is a room refresher. Okay. And you can actually get them right here in my home studio. I'm at Portland, Decatur East, and I'm sure you will put up my phone number. I deal with people by appointments only, and I would love for you to have one. What you think, Queen Mother?
Oh, honey, I wish I could have one. I would love to have one.
All my
very,
sisters
very,
are.
very much.
Look at this one. And even
but
if
we
you
know
want
that
your mom's name on it, you could have that. And as you know, one of the things our mom did a lot.
Bring it into the camera. Monifa, bring it back into the camera so we could see it.
Can you see
the one
this?
with the mother's name? Bring it back. We didn't see it.
Oh, yes. You didn't see it. I'm kind of moving fast.
That looks like a cup.
A lot in. Right. You could put her initial or a short name.
Yeah, bring it over. Bring it over. More. Bring it over a little more so we can really see it. The other way. There you go.
There you go. Yeah.
I wanted us to see the detail of the work that she's done.
Now, this particular one, it's a candle which comes with your little scented butterfly, and it has a lace doily. And as you know, our mom and her sewing club made exquisite crochets and doilies. Remember, Queen Mother?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yes, I remember.
Yeah.
My mother crocheted. Oh yeah, our mother was a big crocheter.
This one is dedicated to our Mama Eugenia, and you can see it's a white rose flower. Whereas over here, I'm going to turn so we can see a little bit more what's happening on the table. Here's one made with a huge butterfly, yellow roses with glass. And still another.
Wow.
A mermaid. You know the movie that's out, The Mermaid? So this one I dedicate to my granddaughter Gemma, because she loves to swim. So that's my mermaid. Here's the Gina May on a hard plaque. Yes.
Bring it. There you go. Yeah, we can
Here
see it
is,
there. Yeah. Now, what's
here
on
is it.
how much is something like that?
Okay, something like this would only cost you $35.
Bring it over into the camera.
35. Whereas the little
Okay.
ones, let's see if we can
Okay.
see this one, Queen Mother. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna try to turn without one like this, 25. Not bad, no? And the least ones are 15.
Not bad.
The little butterflies. And those are dogwood and rose petals combined. So there you have it. And if anyone would want to, they certainly can contact me. Let's see if we can see any of the stuff above. Oh yeah, that may be a long shot, but on that little sconce there with the little tree, there are dozens of different designs that one could order. Yes, even a frame version. What about that?
Very well, very well.
May get a distraction with that light, with the glare. And then, of course, there are arrangements. Now, with the arrangements, you can either hand select what you want to go in it. Otherwise, you can take what's on the table. And what about welcome? This is just a simple welcome family and friends. Is that nice?
Okay, hold it over the other way. Bring it over some more. More. Yeah, yeah. The more. The other way. The other way. Bring it the other. Yes, yes. I was trying to make sure they got a good view of it, but we only see half of it. But half, I guess, is better than none. But
Did you see
ladies and
family
gentlemen,
and
you can
friends?
purchase these beautiful handcrafted. Yes, we see it now. We see it now. Thank you.
And I
Ladies and
actually
gentlemen,
will
you can
have,
purchase these handcrafted gifts from Monifa. You can reach her at 1-470-884-2407. Once again, 1-470-884-2407. And they're all handmade, handcrafted. She can just personalize them for you on her table that might work for you. Very well. I'm just going to take a moment and read something that Monifa gave us about her parents. She said that she loves her Madea. We call our mother Madea. Some people say mommy. Some people say mom. We call our mother Madea, which is short for mother dear. We just say Madea. She says she misses Madea so much. She says, to be honest, both of my parents had a significant influence in my life. From my father, I inherited fitness, love of music, cleverness, and the gift of gab. But from Madea, I still hold vivid memories of going to church as a little girl with her. Creatively speaking, oh my God, my artistic, my design background, all of it comes from my dear mother. This includes my sense of fashion and interior design, color, and my personal style. My fondest memories of her are at the sewing machine, making clothes for all of her girls, creating exquisite knit and crochet designs, making her own hats, cooking nutritious meals, especially cakes, and always treating me very special by giving me, Monifa said, a big dose of encouragement, love, and kindness. I would like to say that it's true. Mother gave all of us a big dose of encouragement and love. And different one of us took on doing different things. and Monifa went more into the area of artistic designs, if you will. So we thank you for that, Monifa.
You're so
And
welcome.
our mother, Mrs. Eugenia Miller King, had she been alive, may she rest in peace. But had she been alive, she would have been 100 years old this year of
Mm.
2023. She would have been 100 years old. So
Cheers
may
to
you
our
rest in
beautiful
peace,
mom.
Mama, Miss G, Mother dear, and my dear. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So now,
Love you, my
Coach, are you
dear.
ready to do anything with us? Are you ready to do any mentions or anything?
You're talking to me?
Coach.
Coach,
Uh,
are you ready?
uh,
Yes.
no, because
Coach, are
I
you
was
ready?
not able to get that information. Thank
No,
you.
no, no. You
I'm
don't have to
having
be
I'm
called.
having
It's
I'm
okay, no
having some
problem.
technical I'm having some technical experiencing some technical difficulties with the connectivity of my laptop. So I humbly apologize, but I had to show up.
Yes, we
I,
told him. Yes,
I wish
yes,
all mothers on the
yes.
planet, whether you have children or not, we're all mothers, and I wish us the best. And may we continue to share and nurture to our young ones, because apparently our children are being attacked, and so we really need to hone in and step up as the elders of the community, and position ourselves in terms of being an example, but also educating our future as to our culture, morals,
Hmm.
morals, and sensibilities. So we have a job cut out for ourselves.
Yes, we do.
Yes.
Yes, we do. And there's
Absolutely.
so much to do in so many different areas. But I thank you, Coach, for coming in. I remember when I started this show about 3 years ago, and when it would start spooling or the screen would go black or anything would happen with IT, I would literally freak out because I'm like, oh my God, what are they saying? They're saying I don't know what I'm doing. Oh my God, oh my God. But then you know what I realized? I realized that people in the world are having technology problems, and it's not just me. So as my big sister Tashmia would say, um, if you can't control it, let it go. Don't hold
Amen.
on to what you can't control. So if you can't
Mhm.
control what technology does, you just do like a coach just told us to apologize for what technology is doing and keep on stepping. But also be that generous with your friends. Be that generous with yourself.
Right.
Be that generous with yourself. Sometimes we have to hone it back in. All right. But I am happy to start this
Well,
month of May
we
celebrating our
we
mothers.
we
Thank you
we
so
have to
much,
flow. We have to just
Mary, for coming
surrender,
on. Yes,
surrender and flow. Just surrender and flow.
Good.
oh, I like
It's not
that.
in our control.
I like that. Surrender and flow.
Thank you. Thank you.
Surrender
Will
and
do.
flow. When I was reading
That's
the
what I
bio of our young man on the screen, Albert, when I was reading his bio, and he was talking about how that, he was from a dysfunctional family, and how that a good Samaritan came along, which allowed him to go to school. He did make it from a rural area into the big city, and then he got accepted into the big school, right? And then he met a business partner, and everything fell apart. But he did what you just said. He just went with the flow. He went with the flow. And I was just touched in my heart with Albert's story because he's such he's just a young man, but all that he's been through already. But when his partner acted up, and some of us, for ladies, it may be a divorce or you fall out of love. Anyway, your relationship changed, but he didn't let that stop him. So for that reason,
Mm-mm.
I wanted him to be here today And Albert, you can take this moment and give a shout out to your parents.
Thank you very much.
Shout out to your mom.
Yes, a shout out to my mom. Actually, the one that brought me up. My real mother, passed on when I was in high school. But through that, I also got so many other mothers. I think I wouldn't say that I've missed out on love of a mother.
Okay.
So shout out to my mother,
All right.
Florence, who brought me up, paid my school fees,
Very
and she's
good.
always been there. She's always been supportive. I appreciate you very much.
All right. And I just want to take a moment and thank, we got a lot of people tuning in to the Queen Mother Speaks show today. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're getting a little noise coming from somewhere, but is that our baby? One of our babies?
No, that's the fire engine truck.
Oh,
maybe not. It's just some strange noise. Oh, okay, okay. So, Mary, thank you once again for being on the show. Lady Mo, thank you for being on the show. And
oh, my pleasure.
Hoping that you'll be able to sell all of those gorgeous items over
very
there
good.
on the table.
Yes.
Because I can see that there's quite a few. All right.
Oh, yes.
Once again, let's see here now. Mo is showing those Mother's Day gifts that are available. Let me say to you that this is Queen Mother Speaks, and we'll be back next week. We'll be introducing to you more mothers and who they are. And Mary, did you get to ask your mother any of those questions? We must have a delay because she's
Yes, I did.
Okay, we didn't get to get any of those answers, but I would like to hear some of those answers, of course. Okay, okay. Do you have the questions? Do you have the answers with you now?
Yes, some of the questions. Yeah, some of the questions you had asked was that, like, how did she meet my dad? So she told me that she was 17 years old when she was introduced to my dad, and back then it was a matchmaking kind of. So a relative went to my grandfather and told her that there's this man who would like to marry your daughter. But of course, back then it will be somebody looks at a family and realizes that this is a good family, so they would match make. So my dad was introduced to the family, and so she got married at age 17. By then, my dad was working in veterinary farm in Naivasha. So they moved there, stayed there for a while. Then that's when she decided to go back home farming, because she just did want to be a housewife sitting in town. So that's how she went back to do her farming in Bungoma, in Bungoma County, at a specific, our place is called Lugulu. So yeah, that's one of the questions she answered, and then she just also reminded me how her parents, my grandfather and my grandmother, how they lived. Apparently, my grandmother only had mostly there were 11 siblings, 9 of them were girls. So so my grandfather decided that he wanted to marry another lady so that they could get boys. Strangely, the second grandmother gave birth to 7 daughters. So that was very funny. So yeah. Yeah. So, but then she also she also had a word of wisdom as I was leaving home. She told me that the most important lessons in life she's learned is that the advice is that she would give is that in life, what matters most is to live peacefully with neighbors, be humble, and to hold on to the word of God, keeping everything in prayer. Thank you. Yeah, thanks.
Beautiful.
Thank you for that, Mary. And please, if you would kindly send me those words so that I can be posting them into our social media. These are words, wise words of wisdom from our elders. So I'll put it, ladies and gentlemen, it's about time for us to end the Queen Mother Speak show for today, but we've had a great, great time. Any closing words, Lady Mo?
Yes, thank you. I'd like to give a shout
In
out.
closing, Lady Mo?
Yes, thank you, Queen Mother. I'd like to give a shout out to my elder sister, Tachmia in San Francisco. Also to Anna Willikis in Curacao, my mother-in-law, and also my daughter, beautiful Kaia, mother of little Gemma, my only grandchild. And
Okay.
I thank all of you. Thank you so much for your love. I really appreciate this. God
All
bless.
right.
Peace.
And we appreciate it too. And we want to find out about how those gifts are moving for you. But before we end the show, we're going to do it the way we always do. And we send love into the world. And the way we do that, Albert, is we take our left hand, we blow a kiss, right hand, blow a kiss, both hands and blow a kiss. And we're going to do it all together. Left hand, right hand, both hands. Are we ready? Are we ready to throw love in the world? Left hand first. Come on, all together. Come on, Albert. Come on, Albert. Come on, Albert. Here we go. All right. Very good. Now let's do our right hand. Right hand, 1, 2, 3, go. Now we take both hands and we send out more love. Both hands, let's go. Once again, thank you for tuning in to the Queen Mothers Speak show. And we hope you got that love that we just sent to you. And stay tuned next week to hear more about wisdom words from our elders. This is Queen Mother Speaks. We see you next week.